Welcome to The Explainer, where we break down big ideas. Today, we're diving into the incredible journey of a doctor, a story that spans decades and really gets at a huge shift in what it even means to practice medicine today.
So our story kicks off right here. Picture this, a young medical student, just 21 years old, feeling like he's absolutely on top of the world. You know the feeling, he's got his textbooks, he's aced his exams, and he thinks he's got it all figured out.
Well, as you can probably guess, he learned pretty fast that the neat, tidy world of theory, it's nothing like the messy, complicated, and beautiful reality of human health. His real education wasn't in the classroom at all. Nope, it was just about to begin, right there at the patient's bedside. All right, let's really get into this. To understand his journey, you gotta understand where he started. At 21, he saw medicine as a series of puzzles, right? A set of clear problems that he, the brilliant doctor, was gonna solve.
I mean, think about it. He'd memorized the body's building blocks, he understood how diseases worked, and he knew all about the drugs to fight them. It's like he had the schematics, the actual blueprints for the human machine. But he was about to find out that people aren't machines. And life doesn't really follow a textbook, does it?
So he finishes his training, becomes a specialist, a young kidney doctor, and back then, the world of medicine felt a lot simpler. It was all very organized. You had the heart guy, the lung guy, and he was the kidney guy. Everyone had their domain.
His practice in those early days was full of patients who, for the most part, had one specific identifiable problem with their kidneys. The mission was crystal clear. Figure out what's wrong with the kidney, often using a biopsy, and then hit it with a targeted treatment to cure it. It was like a straightforward fight against a single known enemy.
Okay, now let's fast forward to today, and you'll see how this picture becomes dramatically, overwhelmingly different. That confident young specialist is now a senior physician, and believe me, the battlefield has changed completely.
Today, the patients he sees are rarely defined by just one kidney issue. They're overwhelmingly elderly, and they're usually struggling with a whole cascade of interconnected health problems. We're talking cancer, heart failure, you name it. So the goal isn't a simple cure anymore. The goal is careful management. It's about providing comfort and preserving quality of life.
And this gets us to a really crucial idea in modern medicine, comorbidity. It's a technical term, but all it means is that doctors aren't just treating a kidney anymore, or a heart, or a lung. No, they're treating a whole, complex person whose body systems are all tangled up and often failing together.
And this creates this incredibly tangled web of challenges. A drug for one problem might cause a side effect that makes another problem worse. Being immobile leads to its own set of issues, and underneath all of that, you have these deeply human struggles with things like loneliness and depression. For a doctor, it's an unbelievably complex balancing act.
So this huge shift from then to now, it really shines a spotlight on the one thing that modern medicine, for all its miracles, wasn't really built to solve. And it still can't. And that's the simple, relentless process of aging.
You see, in the human body, especially as we get older, organs just don't fail in a vacuum. It's a two-way street. A weak heart puts a ton of stress on the kidneys. And guess what? Failing kidneys put a huge strain right back on the heart. Everything is connected, and when one part starts to go, it tends to pull other things down with it.
And this fact right here, this gets to the very heart of the whole challenge. Think about this for a second. We've gotten so good at solving one specific problem, my kidney failure, with incredible tech like dialysis. But we still can't stop that domino effect on the rest of the body.
And here it is. This is the central, profound realization of this doctor's entire career. Dialysis can fix the immediate problem of toxins building up from kidney failure, sure, but it can't solve the problem of aging. We can buy time, we can treat the symptoms, but we can't treat time itself. We can't turn back the clock.
So after this whole journey, what's the big lesson? What does the senior physician, this veteran, tell the new 21-year-olds? You know, the ones who are sitting right where he sat, thinking they own the world?
His advice is so powerful, he basically tells them to forget the neat little boxes they learned in school. The reality on the ground, he says, is that almost every patient you'll see is, in some way, a geriatric patient. Why? Because aging is the one thing that cuts across every single specialty. And it's still the puzzle medicine finds hardest to solve. So his wisdom has to go beyond just medicine. I mean, when you're faced day in and day out with the limits of science against time, what else is there to do? You start sounding like the poets. The real lesson isn't just about treating a disease, it's about realizing how precious this thing called life really is. It's a message poets have been shouting for centuries, right? But for this doctor, a line like, "Gather ye rosebuds," it's not just a nice phrase from an old book anymore. It's a profound truth that he sees proven on the hospital wards every single day.
And just like that, his journey comes full circle. We're right back to that poet who wrote about being 21. For the young student, a heart was just an organ, a pump he needed to study. But for the veteran physician, oh, it has a completely new, profound double meaning. It's not just a pump that can fail. It's the very center of what makes us human. A heart in the breast is not for nothing.
And that's what we want to leave you with. This doctor's story, it's not just about medicine, is it? It's really about all of us. As science gets better and better at giving us more years on this planet, his journey forces us to ask that deeper question: what are we going to do with all that extra time? What does it truly mean to live an extraordinary life?